Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I see y'all. I see all the beautiful souls popping up in the chat. Good morning. Or good afternoon now. It's after 12 o'clock. You know it's your boy, DJ Mad Live. We got a nice little conversation for y'all. Today, how y'all feeling? Shout out to my mind for holding it down. She calling y'all out as y'all pull up. I'm gonna let her do the thing and welcome y'all in. I see the names. I appreciate you being here. Welcome to another episode of Brothers Unguarded, where brothers can come in and be free and talk about anything that they need to talk about. And ladies are welcome as well. Appreciate y'all. We don't discriminate. We just trying to build from the bottom up. I hope everybody's having a good morning. I hope everybody's having a good day. Got a very interesting topic for y'all today. Very interesting person. We got a special guest today. Y'all know who it is, but you know, we'll get into the formalities later. You know what I mean? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me well. Music will come down in a second. We got people driving. We got people probably in the house getting things together. Whatever you gotta do, don't go nowhere. You wanna see this soul. You wanna hear this message. And if my brothers don't pop up like my sisters are popping up, what I want you to do is I want you to take this message and I want you to tell the brothers what's going on. I appreciate it. I see them thumbs up. Mad Loud Queen is in here. What up, Ma? I appreciate you. I'm gonna be moving around. You're gonna see my eyes shifting. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff, so bear with me. Let's go. Let's move over right here and come down. I see my brothers up in here. DJ Chris Camouflage and my other mod, DJ Lenny Danger. Shout out to y'all. Repost and go tell the people that we here, y'all, that we done got started. I see y'all. There's my mug. You got to see my mug now. Oh, you stuck with me now. What's good? Shout out to y'all. Deuces. This is, you know, this is not a peace sign, right? This is the number 2. Yes, I'm going to get the jokes in. I'm going to get them out the way. I got to make myself feel comfortable. Laughter is good for the soul. Music is even better. You know what I mean? So whatever you do, make sure you smile, make sure you laugh, and make sure you listen to some good music. You hear me? You'll be a better person for it. I'm telling you, I'm not lying. I'm just preaching a little bit. It's good to see y'all. I got on my lucky key. Even though I don't believe in luck, but this key is very important to me. You know what I mean? This key is very important to me. It's a cable key. It's called a P key. I could probably go to jail for having it. No. It's a P key. It unlocks your cable box. It's the professional I used to do. You know what I mean? I used to be a professional cable dude. And no, I ain't show my butt crack when I was bending over fixing your box or fixing your internet. I see y'all beautiful people. I appreciate y'all pulling up in nice numbers. Like I said, once again, it's Saturday. It's another episode of Brothers Unguarded. And we don't shy away from the sisters. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for sisters, brothers wouldn't be able to grow. Shoot, brothers wouldn't even be here. We got to pass through that canal of a woman to get here. You know what I'm saying? So trust me. I know for a fact with my mom not being here and me being married to my wife for 26 years now. Been together with her for 30. She down here doing hair over there in the studio. She ain't gonna be able to do no cameo, but she is lurking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do know. And I am the father of 4 girls, so trust me, I know the importance of a woman, of a female, of a young lady. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. I'm not gonna hold y'all for long. We're gonna be here for like an hour, maybe like an hour and a half, roughly. I'm waiting for my sister to get in here. She looking real good backstage right now. I can see her face. I can see her smile. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now, okay? Let me get this out of the way so we can get started, so we can have as much time as we need to talk, okay? This is a long time overdue. This is a long time overdue. Let me get my stuff out the way, okay? First of all, you know, she's a Twitch personality. She's a streamer. You know what I mean? She's a very important person in her community, okay? And she does a lot. She does a lot. And I met her on Twitch, okay? I met her on Twitch. And in her stream, which is called A Secret Place, okay, was a place where she allowed people to come in and be able to be yourself. You know what I mean? If you was dealing with something, you know what I mean, you would be able to go in there and you could talk about it. And one day, I was early in Twitch and I wasn't doing good. I don't even remember what was going on. I really don't. But I know something was going on and I wasn't doing good. And I remember she told me, you know what I mean? Like, come pull up. And when I went in there, I was able to speak. I was able to be myself. I was able to communicate and be open. And by the time I left, yep, you know your boy, I was crying. Yes, I was. I was crying, yes. Yes, Lex, a safe place. And it indeed was that, because I did feel safe. I felt safe to be able to go in there and open up, you know what I mean, amongst the people. I see you, fam. I see you, fam. Got another brother in here. It's not that I'm excluding any names. I'm just trying to stay major focused. But trust me, I see y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, I was able to go in there and be myself. You know what I'm saying? And just do what I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was good for the soul. Okay? But without further ado, I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk for her. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Okay? I'm gonna just let you know that her Twitch name is Beautie4U. You already know, you know what I mean? And she is a professional, certified master life coach who specializes in emotional and spiritual well-being. You know what I mean? She does this professionally, okay? Professionally, this is her thing. This is not something that she just came on Twitch and created and just started doing because she feel bad for people. Nah, this is what she do, okay? This is what she does for real, you know what I mean? She ain't about no games, you know what I mean? I do want to let y'all know that the information that we're going to talk about today, I am not a professional like she is. I'm just going to share and be open like I want the rest of the brothers to pull up and be, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk a little bit, but let me get out the way, okay? And let me pull her up so y'all can see her face. Let's see what she got. Let's see what's going on.
Hello. Hello, DJ Man Live. Hello, fam. Hello.
Let me turn this down.
Long overdue. Can everybody hear me?
Oh my goodness. I cannot hear you.
Can't hear me?
We don't need no technical difficulties right
No.
now. Can y'all hear her?
Can you all hear me?
Can
anybody hear me?
Y'all can hear her? Oh, that's crazy.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. That's my bad. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's my bad. Listen now. Don't mess with me. Give me a mic check.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Oh, see this. Oh, this is not good. So y'all can hear her and I cannot hear her. This is a problem for me.
So put a one if you can hear me.
I am. I'm
Please
going
put
to
a
see
one if
what's
you
up.
can hear
I'm
me.
turning volumes up. I'm like flabbergasted
Who
right
put an
now.
11? Who put an 11?
I'm not
Nobody
gonna
but my
blow a
bro,
gasket. I'm not gonna blow a
DJ
gasket.
Lockdown.
I gotta figure this out. Why can I not hear you right now?
DJ
The
Lockdown,
enemy
you
is
know what
always
I'm gonna
at
do,
work,
right?
but he's a liar. So
The devil is a
let's
liar.
see here. Let me see. 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 All right. I'm trying to think why. Let me see.
Okay.
For
Good
anybody that's
afternoon,
streaming, this is why you
everyone.
do self. This is why you do checks before.
Okay, I will do that. I'll leave
Jennifer,
and
she
come
said she can
back.
hear both of us. It's just that I can't hear her, y'all, and that's a
Right.
problem. I need to hear her. Yeah, they can hear you, but for some reason I'm not getting you back, and I'm
Okay.
in the system. At first, I was in the controller and I wouldn't be able to hear you, but now with you speaking, y'all just keep on talking to her, and I'm gonna get right.
Thank you, Miss Riz.
Just
Hi,
keep talking to her,
Sissy.
and I'm gonna get
I'm
right.
I'm going through. I'm Claudie, my beautiful superstar, Lex Diamonds, my rock, my sister, my everything. I see you. Jen Fire, hello. I see Team Dopeness in here. Thank you for coming. Pringles.
Bear with me
Yeah,
for a
we talked
second.
last night. Thank you. I didn't even know you were a mod here. Now I see
This what we
that.
gonna do. This what we gonna do. Yeah, y'all. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna go
Miss
backstage because
Frosty.
she looks so
My
nice. You know what I
queen.
mean? We ain't gonna look at no doggone blank screen. We gonna keep it right here. Hold on.
Miss Frosty, my queen. Fran, hello, queen. Hello. Oh, my team. Juicy Judy, hello. Come on in. Hello. Thank you all for being here. DJ Chris Camouflage. Hello. Hello, the best lady. You know you are the best lady. So much love to you. Yes, yes. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Miss Riz, my beautiful queen of hearts. Yes, I see that, Jen Fire. My team is here. I see that. Thank you. Yours truly, Tay. That you know my heartbeat. Hello. Thank you for coming. DJ King Royal 21. Thank you for being here. DJ Lenny Danger. Thank you. Thank you so much. You all that this means a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much for pulling up and being ready to listen to what needs to be said, what has to be said. Um, you all know that I'm very transparent, and sometimes things can be a bit heavy, but sometimes we
That's
need to
odd right
hear
there.
those things. Can you hear
I went
me?
through every single check that I could possibly go through,
I
and I'm
can
still trying to
you I
figure out
can leave
why.
out and come back
Let me check these
in.
settings real quick.
Can someone let him know I'm going to leave out and come back in, and maybe that'll help. Yeah, I see you were being sneaky last night. Yes, so I can't keep no shin kicking today. Okay, okay, bro. I want it. But
Beauty.
can someone let Mad Live know that I'm going to go back out, and then I'm going to
No,
come back in, and maybe
don't do it.
that'll help.
Don't do it.
Don't
Can
do
you hear me?
what? I can
Don't
I can
leave.
hear you.
I can hear you.
Yay! Okay, because I was about to say, okay, I'm gonna leave and come
I
back.
know.
That's why you was like, don't do it.
Goodness.
Okay. All right. All right,
No,
we
no, no.
here.
Now, the one thing that I have right now is an echo. Can anybody hear an echo?
I can't.
Blaze, appreciate that, fam. Y'all see Blaze 23 months rocking with me. That's listen, that is so dope. That's over 2 years, y'all. Y'all see that? That's crazy. I appreciate that love, fam. Over
Hello,
two
Blaze.
years, man.
Hello.
You know what I mean? All right, nobody got no echo. We gonna move forward. There she is, y'all. She's right there.
Yes, we've
Like,
been
matter of,
we've been
let me
chatting.
see if
We
I do
have
that. I want to
been.
mess around. There we go. There we go. I want to mess around. I'm gonna pull you up close. How
Close
are
and
you?
personal. That's fine. That is fine with me. No
How are you
echo.
doing?
Yeah, I don't hear echo either.
All right, good. So
You all
so
go and share.
there's a
Please
lot of
share.
people in here who know who you
Yes, it
are.
is. I'm
Okay,
humble. I'm
and
humble.
just be a little bit more clear about your background as I did your intro.
Okay.
Be a little bit more clear
Um,
about your background.
I am an accredited, certified master professional life coach, and my specialization is in mental health, emotional health, and spiritual health, which is your whole well-being. Um,
Gotcha.
but most of my focus and what I'm dealing with now is more in the mental, emotional based um, community. So I actually help people navigate through life's challenges, give them a better, coping mechanism to deal with what they're going through. Um, I have at oftentimes had to, go to the hospitals, go to the clinics, go to jobs, because I've been called to say, "Hey, I need you. Do you have a moment?" I've had those 2, 3 o'clock in the morning phone calls to say, "Hey, I'm on a ledge. Can you talk me off?" Um, I'm that person, and I don't think it's one time I've ever said no, because to me, your life matters. We all matter.
Let me ask you a question. What made you choose this path,
Hmm,
or did
good
it choose you?
question. Good question. I grew up where I watched pretty much the males in my family have to suck up anything that they were going through. I don't think I've ever really saw my grandfather, my uncles, cousins. I'm pretty much almost singled out as the only female in the family. Most of my family
Wow.
members are men. And I don't think I've ever saw any of them cry. And I watch what they go through. I watch their faces. I will always tell them it will be okay. And they will always come to me, although was the younger one. And I just continued to go through and watch this process. And even myself being told that you keep your business, you don't tell anybody else what you're going through. This is life, things happen. Well, as you get older and you go through those things in life, you continue to, keep that mentality. I'm gonna shrug it off.
Right.
It's part of life. I'm gonna keep going. And it
Internally
wasn't
building.
until I had to experience my own mental breakdown at the loss of my son that I had to realize I am human and I have feelings.
Right. Gotcha.
So it was no more watching people suffer, and having to suck it up and having to walk through life thinking that there's no way out other than death because this life is so hard.
Right.
And
Now, this
go ahead.
this seems like something that's been for a while. Like, how long, like professionally, have you been doing it? Like, how many years?
I have been doing this professionally for 10 plus years.
Okay.
10 plus years.
So, I mean,
I just went back
a
to get
decade is
my,
very, that's powerful.
huh?
A decade is powerful. That's a nice little,
It's powerful.
you
It's
know.
powerful. And I've had my moments to where I say, okay, maybe this is not for me, you know, because I'm taking on a lot and I am a very open person in my the energy within me feels a lot. I can reach out to someone, it's several people that I'm attached to in this chat, and say, hey, I feel you. You're going through something. So not only does my profession allow me to do what I do for people outside,
Mm-hmm.
I also am spiritually grounded to where I can take that to the people that are close to me.
Got you.
So
Well, let me get this off the table, okay? Thank you from me, and you know what I'm talking about. Thank you, okay,
I do.
for being there for me, okay, and providing a place for me to go when I needed it. And watch this. Here's the icing on the cake. What y'all see me doing, she was a big encouragement. I mentioned that I wanted to do something like she was doing, and I wanted to do it for men. And watch this. If it's not rude and if it's not ignorant to say, but you pulled me off a ledge and helped turn me. And now I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
I'm
So thank
so
you.
proud of you. I want to
Thank
say
you. I
that I
appreciate
have to give you your wings. I'm so proud of you. You know,
that. I appreciate
we're
that.
not going to go to the through the logistics
Right.
because that's for you to
Right.
share. But from watching you and attaching myself to you on that level allowed me to sit back and just watch you elevate,
Right.
and
Right.
I'm so
I'm
proud of you.
trying.
I have
I'm
wanted to
trying.
tell you this on live stream for a very long time, but I want
Right.
everyone to know that DJ Man Live has come so far, and I know if he can, men, you can.
Brothers, I'm just trying to stand in the gap for them. I'm trying to be the one that's at the front of the line, trying to let you know that if you stay in the line long enough, you'll get your slice of cheese or your
That's it.
block of cheese.
That's it.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
But let the people know exactly what we're gonna do, what we're gonna talk about, because we're gonna dig in today. Okay. This podcast, like we said, is Brothers Unguarded. We're here. It's a place for brothers, but ladies, sisters are more than welcome to come in here and suck up information and provide information. We don't exclude. Okay. But today, after talking with my sister, we decided a couple things that we was going to talk about. And listen, these things are touchy, a little deep, okay? But these things need to be talked about, and we both agree that these things, when it comes to the tough issues, we got to talk about the tough issues, okay? And one of the things that we wanted to talk about is how in our community, how we have a certain level of shame of asking for help within our community, okay? Especially amongst brothers, okay? That's one thing.
Mhm.
But then another thing we're going to try to touch on, okay, and is suicide and murder suicide, okay? Now, like I said, we shared a conversation, okay? Let me be transparent and be the first one, as I do on this show, and say I've been there in thought. I was never on the ledge. That's why I said that metaphorically earlier, okay? I was never on the ledge physically, but mentally, I've been there violently twice, okay? And I'm still here, okay? So, the one thing that I want to do is I want to touch on the shame. And the first question for you, Beauty, is I want to ask, what are I got some questions for you. I got them lined up. Okay, I got them lined up. I learned from you.
Okay.
What are some common cultural or social factors that contribute to the sense of shame in
Mm,
seeking for help? Mm.
mm. Woo! Woo
What do you?
wee. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna be transparent.
There you go.
Let's talk about family. Let's talk about generation. Let's
Okay.
go there.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go there.
How many of us, and just be honest, if you hi Big Stove, hello DJ Prodigy. I see all of you
Yeah, I
all.
see him.
Hello,
I
good
see him.
morning. I
I
mean good
see all of them.
afternoon rather. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. But let's start with our family. We're gonna go right to the core part of it. And
Okay.
if you care to share, please do. How many of us grew up in a family where everything was tight-lipped? Anything that you were dealing with, finances, you know, lack of a job, anything necessity wise that you needed, you were told not to say anything to anybody because the pride was there. We don't ask for
Right.
nothing. We will suffer before we ask for anything. Okay, somebody is asking about a sound. Can everybody
A
hear?
sound. What's the? Hold on. What's that sound? I don't. I don't hear it. That's Chris
Okay, it
camouflage. I
stopped.
don't hear a sound, Chris.
Okay, make sure it's
Okay.
okay. All right. Um, how many of us have said, you know, our families have said we don't ask for anything. They'll go, we will suffer before we go outside, ask for any help from any other family members, friends, a job, go out and ask, for outside resources. How many of us have had families or know people that are like that? So it starts there. Exactly, Ms. Riz. What happens in the house stays in the house. So we have to make sure that even in those generations, and I've always said, mama and daddy, grandma, grandpa, everybody, back then did what they knew to do. And
Right.
I'm going to say it goes back to when we were enslaved to a point, because what did you have to do? Keep your mouth shut. Okay.
Right.
So as we go on in generations, this is just what's taught. It's a cycle. And then what about when you say cultural? Some
Mm-hmm.
cultures do not believe in asking for help, period. They don't
This is true.
believe in it.
This is true.
That is making them seem like they're less than. They look at their prominence more than the need. And so what happens is we stir the pot, we put all of that in there, and then when you throw it out, it's like, hmm. And so when you're
The
talking
answer is
about
there.
several different communities at the same time, laws, legislature, if you go down and I'm being honest, if you go down and ask for food stamps, if you go down and ask for any type of financial help, you're poor. Not that you may just be going through something at the moment, but you're in poverty.
I don't want to cut you off, but I got you mentioned something very powerful real quick. Food stamps. When you say food stamps, that's a generational term. I'm just saying.
Right.
And watch this. Shame was all around that because I know when my parents used to give us that brown dollar. You remember that
Yes.
brown dollar?
Yes.
I
Yes.
couldn't stand going to the store with that and like standing in line and then you had to fold the perforated
Oh,
edge and
yes. And tear it out.
peel yeah and tear it out. I don't know if the
Yeah.
fives were blue and something else was
They
green,
were all kind of
but
colors.
all kind of colors, all kind of colors. You know what I mean? So I understand exactly what you talk about, like when we talk about culturally, because that was a part of our culture. But it kind of birthed and added more shame onto what we were going through from
Absolutely.
previous generations.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So I understand that. So with that being said, I'm looking at my questions and I want to move on to this next question, which might build on that. Is how can we support one another without judging one another
Mm.
within our environment, in our communities, and encourage individuals to seek help
Oh,
with,
that's a
like, and you already know that we're dealing with that shame.
yes. I That's an awesome question, and I'm glad you asked because I'm about
I've
to
been
give
working,
it to
sis.
you.
I've been working.
Yes, I'm about to give it to you. Okay. For one,
Mm-hmm.
within us, you said us, the group,
Us.
anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anybody.
Stop judging. Stop making it hard for people to ask for help. Okay. That's the first thing. And if you know someone has help, don't go to two, three other 550 people and say, hey, they asked me for this, or hey, they're going through this. If they're confiding
Right.
in you, okay, that will make people not want to ask for help, especially within us, okay, because we're already being stereotyped as it is. So when we're needing some type of assistance, there's hesitation. There's lack of trust. Who can I trust?
Mm-hmm.
Who can I
Mm-hmm.
go to say, hey, I'm experiencing a challenge right now. I'm being transparent. I need the assistance. And then be able to trust that that can stay where it is. Now, what I have seen and I am very proud of is that those who have stepped out and say, hey, I need help. And I also love the fact that you have others that will step and stand in the gap for them and say, no, they
Right.
didn't ask for this, but I see the
Right.
need. So let's put this together to help them. So you have your
Definitely
gatekeepers.
need more of that.
So,
Mm-hmm.
first off, don't judge because I always say we're all a paycheck away from being homeless. Either way you look at it,
Right.
the way the
Right.
world is going. So we need to stop judging and learn how to stand in the gap if it's necessary. Be the change that you want to
S-
see in any situation.
like it takes. I don't know. Like when you feel shame, I know for a male, okay, that is something very hard to pull out of a
Mm,
male. Like
mhm,
seriously, you know what I'm saying? I know you mentioned them terms like like we grew up like don't be a punk and you're not
mhm,
supposed to cry.
mhm,
There was nobody to teach me about when I felt ashamed. Like I said, when I was at the store, my parents just expected me to go and deal with it and bring back what they told me to bring back. They didn't even address the shame. You
correct.
know what I mean? And this is just a realization that's coming to me right now. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot, you know what I mean, as things are rooted in us, you know what I mean, and as they go deeper and deeper, it's hard to pull those things, to to the surface. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So like you said, I totally agree with you. We need more gatekeepers. You know what I mean? More people that's willing to be like, hey, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry
Yes,
about it. You know what I mean? And I also remember one thing my father said: a closed mouth
doesn't
don't get
get
fed.
fed. Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So if you want something, you gotta ask for it. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed about it. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Let me go on to another question that I'm looking at right now. Um, how can we break up, dismantle the notion that asking for help is a sign of weakness and
Mhm.
instead promote it as an act of strength?
Hi, Cremo. Hello, brother. How are you? Disco Darren, I see you. Hello.
What's up, y'all? I see y'all.
Okay.
What's good?
Ask that
Let me run it
question
back.
one more time.
No problem. How can we break up or dismantle the notion that asking for help is a sign of weakness and instead promote it as a strength. I shortened it up a little bit.
No, you're fine. I understood you the first time. I just wanted you to say it again because what you're
Okay.
doing right now
Mm-hmm.
is a way to do that.
Okay.
What you're doing right now, what we're talking about
Got you.
right now,
I
is a
understand.
way to do that.
Yes,
Some
I
of the
understand.
rooms that I go in on Twitch is a way to do that. Do you know this is a whole virtual world that we
Yes.
all met basically during the one of the you know the worst times in our life, the pandemic, where everything was shut completely down, where we had no,
Mm-hmm.
we couldn't find toilet paper. Okay, this is how hard it was, and
Mm-hmm.
we came in contact in this virtual world. Utilize platforms to help. As I see,
Mm.
when people are in need, or even like I said, the gatekeepers come forth, I see raid trains, I see fundraisers, I see awareness. So what you're doing right now is a way to break that stigma. And that's what I call anything that is so congested and can't get out. It's just
Right.
tight lipped. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's a stigma. A safe place. Any platform that you have, utilize it for the good. If you see or know someone that may be in need, take the forefront, because in that particular time they may be going through something so overwhelming, and like you say, the shame of it, DJ Mad Live, to
Right.
where they may not want to even bother anybody. But you know this
Right.
person, you talk to this person, and you're like, okay, you know what? I got you. That's what you said. I got you. I got you doesn't
Right.
always mean that you have to physically give them anything. Do something to
Right.
help them
Right.
get it.
Right. I totally agree with you. And I like how we're right there, because the next question fits right in there. Because you said, like, doing this is one of the ways. Okay. So the next question is, what impacts does social media and the
Mhm.
pressure to maintain a perfect image have on people who are willing, who are not willing to act within their community? How does
Well,
social media play? And that's pretty
social
much like
media
right where we
plays
are right
a
now.
huge part in not wanting to ask for anything, because everyone is on social media. You're afraid that, people that you grew up with may see this, may you're afraid of who's going to see what.
Right.
And social media, I have always said, can be used for the good and it can be used for the bad.
Use
The
for the bad.
percentage on that, the jury's still out on that one. Okay. Um, but social media can play a very big part in helping people get where they need in life in a moment. And social media can also damage a person because people just aren't nice. They don't see
Yeah.
the struggle, they don't see the challenge. All they see is, ha ha, that person's going through this. They've been trying to keep
Right.
up
Right.
this. And instead of getting in and say, hey, I got you, they want to toy the other way. So
Right.
social media impact on people asking for help is almost less than none unless you go to a GoFundMe. But
That's funny
like
because
on our
like
platform, IG, all those platforms, you're just going to basically see, just like you said, the way of life, unless they have a GoFundMe. But people are very shameful for asking for help and posting it on social media for that purpose.
so. You
I
I mean,
saw a
like, y'all
question
see where
too.
we at, y'all. You saw a question.
Yeah, was it Big Stove?
I had Big Stove's comment up there. I do know that.
And you,
I'm
Cremo,
scrolling.
you're exactly right. And I mean, it's sad, but most of your, and I put friends very loosely in quotes, most people on your friends list are only there to see you trip and fall. and that's sad that it has to be this way. Um, I think
You know,
sometimes
I
people get beside themselves and thinking that they could never be in in a situation.
but everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through it.
They
You know what I
do,
mean? I know, like,
but you have some that'll post on social media like they have the best life ever. And kudos if you do,
right,
But to me, don't post at all. But
right.
because of the shameful, the guilt and the shame that they have on the
Mm-hmm.
inside, it
Mm-hmm.
makes them go to social media to post something about their life that's clearly not true, and it's on because of their own demons.
Which is gonna make a beautiful segue to go to the next level of what we want to talk about, because I do believe shame is connected to the next thing that we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It is. I
Yes.
do believe, like I said, I am not a professional, but our sister is, and she deals with it on a day-to-day basis, and she can be called at any given time when people are facing and dealing with suicide and murder suicide. Now, if you don't think, now can I say this safely? Can I be honest? Can I be transparent? Because I need to get this out the way. Okay, because I'm gonna need you to address it, because it's out there and people need to know the information. Okay, and I'm not saying that I'm right. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm right, but this is just, it's been my opinion of suicide and murder suicide ever since I was little, and then into my spiritual walk, you know what I mean, as a Christian. Okay, honestly speaking, okay, when we go through all these things, shame, doubt, guilt, you know what I mean, and a whole lot of other things, we reach for a way to harm ourselves and take ourselves out of, like, so to speak, take ourselves out of the situation, which is completely wrong to me. Okay. And like I said, I'm being transparent. Me, I think it's weak minded. Okay. That's just, and I wanted to put that out there because it needs to be addressed, because I was looking at some information that you gave me. Okay. And I want to put this up. I want y'all to see this. Okay. Real quick. Okay. I'm not going to read it. Okay. I just want y'all to take a look and see what's out there. Okay. Y'all got to see this. Okay. I want you to read it for yourself and take it in. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave it up there. Some of us don't read as fast as others, and some of us just take our time, and you know what I'm saying? But this is what it's like. You know what I mean? And the thing that I like about this the most is the part down the bottom. Just remember, it's important to approach a discussion about suicide with sensitivity and care. You know what I'm saying? So listen, it ain't it's not easy out here. Okay? Like like I said, I was transparent. There's a term. Like I said, I was there in thought. And when I went through my situation, it's a term like eating your own gun.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was at. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? But talk a little bit about it. Like, give us a little intro on what you deal with, and then I'm gonna go to these questions that I have for you on suicide. I mean, I can give you one, but I want you to just help us out, help us understand a little bit what you deal with, what you see, and how you approach it.
Um, mm, I have been on two different physical scenes of suicide. Although I do what I do professionally, can you save everyone's life? No. I felt that I could, which in tune made me question my ability. But the number of cases that have been reported since 2021 was 4 times higher for men in suicides than women. That's bothersome to me. It lets me know how our men are suffering.
Right.
2 weeks ago, I received a phone call and I had to go and talk someone off the ledge. It was a male. It was shame, it was guilt, and the reasons behind it was because there was no support. There was constant, you know, demise. It was constant belittling from his wife,
Mm.
from his parents. Had he had any mental health issues prior to? No. So when you're speaking of the weakness,
Mm-hmm.
if
I'm
you're
so glad you.
constantly
I'm
in a,
so glad you're going there.
huh? What you
I'm so
say?
glad you're going there. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
So when you speak of the weakness of someone who didn't have prior mental health issues or a history of it, being in a corner at this point in time in life and constantly being told he's not worth 2 cents. I'm not gonna cuss,
Right.
but it was worse than that. Basically, you ain't crap. You ain't never been crap. You know, I knew you was never gonna amount to nothing. Those type of things is what
Mm-hmm.
caused this person to want to jump off a bridge. Literally just driving, mind
Oh
racing.
yeah. Mm-hmm. You see this for a second? You see this comment?
Men suffer in
Men
silence. We
suffer
don't
in
want to.
silence.
We don't want to be vulnerable.
We
For many of us, vulnerability is a weakness.
is a
But what we don't
weakness.
realize is that not speaking out about the things we feel as men is the weakness. It
Is the
is that.
weakness.
That's why. Yes,
Shout
Primo.
out Cremo.
You
Shout out
know where we
Cremo.
are with that. Yes, absolutely. And like I
It's
said,
amazing
I've
because
seen brothers on here
mm-hmm.
that I'm so very proud of, that I've walked with them through some things. We've discussed some things and we've navigated through some things. And yet they're still standing to be able to tell their story and to be able to reach out to other men to say, you know what? We're not weak. In fact,
No.
we're strong and we're unguarded.
Hey, hey. Don't
So,
get me started. Don't
so
get me
salute.
started.
Salute.
So let me I got about 10 questions. If we can make them, we can make them. Okay.
We gonna make them.
So I I don't want to hold you too long. So
I'm here. Anything that will
okay.
help save a life and and put the awareness out there, I'm here for it.
So I know you heard this question before. How do you I'm gonna rephrase it. You said like by doing stuff like this, how do we raise awareness about mental health and suicide prevention in our communities? Because like watch this. There are men, let's just say there men and women, okay? Like you said, like with the statistics, the number is higher in men, okay? But there are women, okay, that deal with the same thing. And they might not have access to the internet where most
Hmm.
of us are hiding on social media. They might
Hmm.
not have a phone. You know what I mean? People are reduced to an Obama phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So how would you raise awareness to those people? You know what I mean? And especially to the people that's afraid to come forward.
Again, if you're utilizing your platform, this is one way because you have lurkers. I love my lurkers. I don't even go to
Shout
see
out to the
who's lurking.
lurkers.
I love my lurkers. I don't even go to see who's lurking because as long as they're listening and they're within their earshot, I know they can hear me.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because again, you're right. A lot of people do not care to share. And, because at that point in time, they may not feel comfortable because you have to be able to trust to share. Okay.
Right.
You
Right.
trust is a big thing. And you have to be able to be ready to be transparent to share. Some people aren't, and that's okay. But as long as they're listening to it, it's
Mm-hmm.
getting in there. It's getting in there because they're still there lurking. They're still there listening to you. So that's one way. Another way, I'm out in the community. And a lot of times, um, our resources and how they're delivered will be in the schools. They will be in the rec centers. They will be in just out in the community to where people can pick up, and
Right.
also to where we have others that are out there. If they know someone that may be suffering, or can refer, it's going to take a village in so many different
Right.
areas. But that is those are a couple of ways to where you can get that out there. School is
You know, it's
starting.
funny that let me you touched on it takes a village. Another old school term is the village present,
Mm.
and does the village really affect, or matter of fact even come together to make an impact like it used to?
I will say this. Hey, Nerd Chris. Hello, dear. How are you? I
Yeah,
will
hey
say
there,
this,
Chris.
man live. Um, how did my mother put it?
Shout out to the queen.
Do you want to lose your place in line for numbers or for solidarity?
Right.
Do you want to lose your place in line because of the number of people that you have in your room or the quality of people that you have in your room?
Oh, stop
And
punching
that
so
sat
hard.
with me. Huh?
I
Say
said
what?
stop punching so hard. I like them. I like them.
Um, so that sat with me. Hmm. Miss Riz, perfect, perfect. Is
Yeah.
the village
You see it?
equipped? And that is what
Yes.
I would rather have, 2 to 3 solid people.
Yes.
A- that's a village.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a village doesn't mean it's
That's it.
got to be,
Mm-hmm.
1,000 strong, because three
Right.
people strong
Right.
can supersede that 1,000. Okay, yeah, don't. I'm not gonna go there, but I would rather have those three good, solid people that I know that are my village and they have my back. I've seen it time after time after time after time again. And everything stays where it needs to be. Then I have 30, 40 people over here saying they're my village, and I just see them scattering with everything else and going this way.
Right.
Everybody, when you have a village, they walk in unity
Right.
to for a purpose. They don't walk for clout. They don't walk, for numbers. They're strictly there to walk and support each other through
Right.
everything.
Miss Riz is on fire. I'm like right there
Yes,
with her. She is
I
she
love
is in
my
the
big
chat
sissy.
cooking.
She
She in
is
there.
is
She in
on
there
fire.
cooking. You
Yes,
know what I mean? I do. Like I said, I got 10 questions, but I got some sidebar questions as they pop in my mind.
absolutely.
Let me ask you this, in your professional opinion and in your personal opinion, when you have to go to one of these situations, Cremo, I see you. I'm gonna get to that. Hold on.
Mm.
Do you find it harder to talk a male off the ledge or a female off the ledge?
Hmm.
Or is
I
it the
find
same?
it okay in my professional. I will start there. In my professional
Mm-hmm.
opinion, I find it that I can talk a male off the ledge quicker.
Okay. And let me give you a
And
reason for that. Let me give you a reason for
okay,
that. I asked you that because I was thinking about marriage counseling, stuff like that. And like we tell people that, if you're not married, you can't, you can't talk to me about that. You know what I mean? So that's how that question came into mind. With you being a
gotcha.
woman and you have to approach a man with all his internal issues that
Mm-hmm.
you can't like really tap into because you're not a man.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's what made
Yes,
me ask that question. So I was
I
just thinking that
absolutely can.
it might have been easier
It's
to
easier
talk to a woman than a man.
now. It's easier for, in my
Hmm.
professional opinion, to talk a male off the ledge before a female. You know why? Because they're full of emotion already
Mm,
there. They're full of all the emotion. They're just full. All they want somebody to
that's
do
funny.
is just listen. They just
That's
want
funny.
listen.
It's not hilarious funny. It's funny that you say that. The one person, like the male, not the emotional creature, and he's filled. You see that?
Hmm.
He's
Yes.
filled with emotion. And look,
Yes.
you being the emotional, I get it now. You see how it came together like that? You
Hmm.
being the emotional creature, that's
Hmm.
dope. That is
Yeah.
dope. Because men, when it comes to emotions, nah, we ain't got it.
Right.
We'll spaz out.
Right.
We
Right.
spaz out. You know what I mean? And that's one reason why we need our sisters, because they are the emotional creatures. You know what I'm
And
saying? So to
I
help
also
balance us out.
correct. And I also do deal with, families as well, couples as well, because some women do not understand, the blind eye of a man. He's supposed to be able to handle every emotion, every hit, every,
Mm, mm,
whip, every anything, and still bounce back and still be able to take care of everything else. Okay.
right, right.
So I have had to counsel and talk to couples in the woman to get them to understand he's still a human being. We were
Right.
made from him, so he's still a human being at the end of the day, and you should treat him
Mm,
as such. I want you to take the husband, the significant other, out of the equation. Look at him as a human being, because when we get wrapped up in
wow.
titles, we get lost sometimes.
Right, right,
Okay?
right. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we just have to sit back and look at our significant other, friend, however, take away the title and just look at
Right.
them as an individual.
That's amazing that you said that. That's this is a side connection to that. That's how my wife helped me look at my kids. Look at them as not people that you dominate and dictate to. We're not going to stay here, but I'm just saying treat them as people with feelings and emotions of their own. You know what I mean? And I do believe a lot of brothers. I believe a lot of brothers. Okay, not all, but a lot of brothers will start to open up more
Mhm.
if you treat them as such.
As
We'll
such.
open up more. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because as we not just come to a place where we can be unguarded with a bunch of other brothers and talk about it, we want to be unguarded in front of you and not be judged and not be pressed down, you know what I mean? Or not be belittled
Absolutely.
or looked at as less than what you think we are.
That's
You know what
the
I'm
key
saying?
word.
So,
You said think. We all
mm-hmm,
have those
mm-hmm,
thoughts. It's like you said, what
mm-hmm.
you think this person is supposed to be. And if you have to
Right,
think this person is supposed to be, then you need to reevaluate yourself. Okay? Because
right,
all of us are individuals with feelings, with emotions. Men are just raised, and like I said, this goes back
Mm-hmm.
hundreds
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
years ago.
I'm with you.
Men are just built to say, I can't cry. I can't show emotions.
Right.
I got to fight this. I got to take this on the job. I got to take this when I go in the grocery store. I got to, take this at the doctor. I got to, take this from my children. I got to take this from my parents. And when you take a bunch of bricks, hold them, give a man a brick, even the strongest man that you know. Have him hold his hands out and place a brick for everything that he has to deal with in this
Mm.
lifetime, including his own
Mm.
personal struggles.
Mm.
Even the strongest man is going to get weak. So
Mm-hmm.
our job is to take some of that off of them. Whatever we can take off of them, we
Right.
take some of them bricks off of them to make it a little bit lighter. And once he sees it's a little
Right.
bit lighter, he can start saying, okay, I can breathe a little bit. I can breathe a little bit. Now I can go on to the next day. Now I don't have to worry about thinking
Right.
about putting a gun to my head. Now I don't have to worry about going out
Right.
here get alcohol and drinking myself to death. Now I have to worry about, taking pills and running out in front of a train or jumping off of a bridge.
I got a question. I'm breezing through. I'm going to pick the most important question that I see. Cremo, I do want to touch on that. Cremo said, "I'm not going front. I have struggled with mental health issues and at times still do, especially in these days. But I realize it and I have found ways to cope with it. But quite honestly, I don't speak on it because I don't trust people enough." Like,
Trust,
trust. Yeah,
trust.
that's the part that stuck out. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
is the it
that's
is
a hard thing
it,
to do.
and and like you heard me say, it's the trust factor that is the issue with a lot of us. Okay, because we don't know who to trust. Or if we think we trust
Right.
this person, next thing you know, we're hearing about what we have talked to them about come from about three or four other different people, and that's the spread all over social media and all over Twitch. And I'm saying this because I'm being transparent because I've seen it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but not knowing the person that trusted you with this, now you have taken this and given it to two other people, and it spread like wildfire. And then next thing you know, this person's committed suicide
Right.
because of the
Right.
shame in trusting someone with their most vulnerable moments. So this is why I say we're
We.
adults. We are adults,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to act as such. Um, it,
More than we, more and more every day. I'm gonna say that.
yeah.
I'm gonna say that. You know what I mean? Like, I
Hey,
appreciate the
Chris.
activity in the chat. We trying to keep up with y'all.
Yes, I'm.
The
I'm really trying.
conversation
Hey,
is
Chris. Hello, gorgeous one.
is
Sincerely,
is
D. Say
moving
hello,
it. It's
hello.
moving in a nice way. It's moving beautifully. My brother,
Yeah.
I want to tap into him,
Yes.
and he said, "Oh, my aunt told me my parents that I would amount to nothing."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Darren's like, I know Darren. Like, I don't know him personally, and I'm staying right there on that part, Darren, because I'm like, I'm looking at what you said. Darren reminds me of myself. You know what I mean? That hardcore generational rock. You know what I mean? Like, people just like shaped us with mud and just compressed it and compressed it and compressed it. And we got to a point where we were so hard. And as we got older and got married in relationships and things just started to get chiseled. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I hear Darren when he talks about that stuff. That boy is honest and open, and I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, nothing against anybody else.
It's nothing against
I have a
transparency at all.
no, no, because like the brothers that I rock out with, the brothers that come in here and support me, oh, trust me, they get
Mm-hmm.
transparent. We we don't
Mm-hmm.
we don't mind. We don't mind at all. You know what I mean? So like, if that's not your style, you know what I mean, you might not want to rock out with us. But if you willing to open up, we'll sip and we'll rock out with you. You know what I'm saying? Um, my next question: what are specific warning signs or risk factors that people should be aware of when it comes to suicidal thoughts?
Okay, perfect question. Great question. All these questions are just awesome. Um,
Thank you.
the one thing I want people to understand is if you do not have or know the signs of depression, which is the number one mental
Mm-hmm.
health issue, is depression. It starts there. Please familiarize yourself with resources. There's a lot out here. I'm not going to say always trust everything you read on Google, but go to the mental health websites, NAMI, and please familiarize yourself with those type of things because we don't want to take depression and just wipe it out the door because that's where it starts. So we need to start there. But suicide, some of them do not have a face, and I'm gonna explain that. The most, how can I say, visible
Mm-hmm.
signs, of course, is depression. And I'm not talking about just laying in the bed for a couple of days. We all go through some down moments where we just want to lay in the bed all day or even not do anything for a couple of days and then we pop back out. Okay, that's totally normal. We're talking about down to the point to where they're starting to isolate themselves. They start
Mm-hmm.
speaking in the form of past tense. Um, please be aware of the family member that comes to every celebration, cookout, anything. They're not necessarily there for that. They're there to say goodbye. Okay.
Mm.
Um, the smiles. Most people feel like, oh, if you're smiling, nobody's going through anything. I want you to pay
Right.
attention to those type of things because it's easy to pay attention to the other stuff, the anxiety, the all the down stuff, the visible stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to pay
Mm-hmm.
attention
Mm-hmm.
to the things that it may not be on your radar. They start,
Right.
talking about, okay, if when I leave or if I go, this is yours, that is yours, and they're constantly repeating those type of things.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You have to be aware of those things because it's easy. You can see the other signs, but we're talking about dancing, happy. Y'all go out together. Y'all are just mingling, vibing together. Look through it. Look through it. Pull them to the side and just say, "Hey, are you okay?"
Right.
And if they say, "Yeah," what's the problem? No, let's go talk. Let's take a walk, and you will find out the blah. It just all falls out. Yeah, because I have been thinking about suicide. This is
Right.
too much for me.
Right.
So be aware for those type of things. But familiarize yourself. Please again, use the internet. Go to your local library. Again, NAMI is a great website to get all that information from. And if there's
Um.
anyone that has thoughts about suicide, or just going through some crisis, please dial now. Just text 988. Dial 988. It's easy now. It's not an 800 number you have to think about. 988.
That's dope. That's dope. They shortened that
Yes.
to just three numbers.
988. Yes.
988. That's dope.
Yes. That's
You know
it.
what I mean? Pringles, if you can somehow or one of my mods put that in the chat for us, you know what I mean? Just let people know that they can reach out to that number. It's no longer an 800 number. It's just three small numbers that if you're thinking about going through or whatever you're dealing with that might get you to that point, dial that number. You know what I mean? Um, I got a sidebar question, and it's a tough question, and I say like it's a. I told myself I wasn't gonna go here, but I'm gonna go here. Um, it's an elephant in the room question. It's
Okay.
that big, okay? And this is for my brothers. This is specifically for my brothers, and I'm asking from a woman's perspective, from a professional woman's perspective, okay? The suicidal rate is higher in men.
Yeah.
Is that high number that way based on the men who were dealing with some type of woman that pushed them?
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying
Yes,
like
I do.
you know where I'm trying to go.
I know
You
where
know
you're
where I'm
going.
trying to go.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Um,
Like just I'm not saying like she made me do it, but you understand what you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly where you're going with this. I do.
Okay.
Okay. Women,
So
pay
help me
attention.
help me with that.
This
Help us with that.
women, women, please pay attention. Okay. This is not, we're being transparent, and we're not saying
Right.
it's your fault for the question
Right.
that he's asking as a professional. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to read this. The suicide rate among males in 2021 was approximately 4 times higher than the rate among females. Males make up 50% of the population, but nearly 80% of suicides. If that
Wow.
is not enough to just make you, hmm,
Right.
our men,
Thanks, Jennifer.
80% of suicides, women, 80%. So, what can we do as women for our men to help lessen the stress and the load? And it's not necessarily getting a second job, bringing in extra money. It's simple support.
Mm,
Most
mm,
commit suicide when it comes to relationships because they feel less than. If they have already been raised to suck everything up, to not cry, to hold it down no matter what you go through, and then they're coming home to just everything, everything,
right.
just everything, and then they absorb that. Again, they're human, just like we are. Their heart beats just like ours do, and it's only but so much they can take. No matter how strong that we see that they are in our eyes, we have to take our kings and say, it's okay, babe. It's going to be okay, brother. I see you. And I want to let you know that I support you. Because a lot of times in these relationships, marriages, families, all men want to know is they're supported. They'll go to the grind. They really will. Most
Yes, they will. Yes,
will
they
go
will.
to the grind. But as long as they feel the support and the love and the say, I got you. And again, a got you is not always money. A got you means I'm in your corner. Good, bad, ugly. I'm in your corner. Sometimes women, we can get to the point to where we just get to just and not realizing they have had a bad day. How many times have we sat down to say, how was your day? How many times have we thought about that? How was your day? So they can get off of their chest what they're going through. And you're right, best lady. Listen and give peace. And sometimes they may just want you to hear them out, and maybe you give them some type of good advice, positive advice. to what
I want them. I
they may
want them
need
to.
to do. Men don't always
I
have
want
the
them to see
answers.
something. I want you to keep talking. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but I
Okay.
want you to keep
Men
talking.
do not always have the answers, ladies. They don't. Although we think they should, they don't. They don't always have the answers. And they look to you to be that support system. So when you have a man that is constantly what we call, in our term, in our slang term, getting beat down in every way
Mm,
possible, his emotions starts to his brain starts to work. It starts to just process and go faster and faster and faster. And that's where things come in and creep in to where this person is not being a man. Okay. And they feel like they're failing. They're failing in their job. They're failing because they're not financially where they want to be. Now they're failing in their relationship. They're failing with their children. They're failing in their family relationship. So they don't feel worthy. I have said this on my stream, and I said it earlier when I first started streaming. Men are emotional creatures. They have just
right.
been taught not to be. So I want you to understand what I mean when I say that. Men are emotional creatures. They were just trained not to be. So when we get ladies, when we start understanding that, then we can be able to help our men succeed. Now, when I say that, I'm talking about most of our men. We have a small percent that don't align. So when you're speaking of what DJ Mad Live and I are talking about when it comes to men and and suicide, we're talking on this side of the spectrum, not over here.
Right.
Okay. Because you do have some that clearly, you know, so but we're not
Right.
speaking of them. Yes, DJ King Royal, you were taught to take it. And that's why I said it's a learned behavior. If anybody knows what learned behaviors are, men are not just automatically coming out the womb um, being strong. It's being
All right then.
taught to them to be. Yes,
Um,
yes. You're right,
I want to go to
Pringles.
one more. I want to go to one more question because we're nearing that time. I don't want
I
it to
know.
be about time, but I don't want to keep you your whole day. I want you to enjoy your day. I want all these beautiful people to take this information, take this opportunity, and soak it in. And if you run across somebody that is going through or something like that, that's what this platform is for. That's what Beauty's platform is for. You know what I mean? And there are other platforms out here where people are willing to help you. You know what I mean? Just
Yes,
let them people know that, hey, like there's people here. You just got to tap into them. You know what I mean? If I
absolutely.
tapped into her, trust me, you can tap into her. I'm gonna try to pick a good one. You know what I mean? Because like I've been moving through them. I'm gonna go with this one. How can we support individuals? Mm, Ooh. How can we support individuals who has lost someone to suicide and help them through the grieving process?
Mm. Okay. Um, I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be on a professional and personal level for me. I have a family member that committed suicide 2 years ago, and I felt like I failed. I did. I felt like I failed because I work in this field and I'm supposed to be able to save anyone I come in contact with, and especially my own
Wow.
family member.
That's a
Um,
lot of pressure.
Mad pressure. This is a little over 2.5 years ago, and it was my niece, my namesake.
Oh wow.
And I didn't quite understand, you know, how could this be? So, me and my brother are Trump type. I had to step aside and be there for him because him as a man, this is why I say this, him as a man felt like he didn't want to live anymore because he lost his only daughter. And he
Right.
felt like, where did I fail? He didn't fail. I was there. I watched it. I watched the support. I watched everything that unfolded. I was a part of that. But yet, as a male, he didn't understand. And he still struggles with it, but his sister's right here to help him get through it. So, that question right there is a perfect ending to this
Mm-hmm.
because him as a male that loses his only daughter, he's still standing. And you know why? Because of the village, the support. Not only me as his sister,
Mm-hmm.
my mom, my dad. I've taken him to therapy because even though I'm his sister and I have lost a child too, he asked me that question. How are you still living, sis? I don't know how you did this. But in a manner that I lost my niece, that hit different.
Right.
So the best
Mm.
way to support someone who has lost someone to suicide is to be there. And if you say that you're going to be there, make sure you are
Be there.
there because you just never know what they may be thinking in their head. This is where the guilt comes in. This is where the shame comes in. This is where the I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda, what coulda had done for this not to happen. Make sure you're covering them. Again, when you say I got you or I'm here for you,
Mm.
make sure your I got you and your I'm here for you is powerful. So that's what I have to say to that. And definitely watch them for signs of depression, signs of withdrawal, all of that, because you want to keep them in a support group. I got my brother in a support group with other fathers that, we did parents, but he specifically wanted fathers. So I got him in a support group specifically for fathers that have lost children to suicide.
Right.
So
excuse me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no,
Finish up. Go ahead.
so again, it is really ironic that question came uh, to light because when you are here and me have experienced that, um, I can definitely tell you how to support someone. And definitely, if they are the person that found them in the manner after the suicide, please, 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 please make sure they get therapy because those are the things that are going to constantly stay in their brain, even when they're asleep. Um, I kept my brother close to me because we did see the after effects. Okay. And the one thing he would say is, I can't get the image out my head.
Right.
So, you want to make sure that though they are definitely receiving therapy to get through that process. Um, but right now, he's still standing. He's thriving.
Good.
Um, he has his moments. It's going to happen. I still have my moments, and it's been 13
Right.
years. Um, but the support, please. It's going to take a village, and a village again is not 1,000 people. It can be 2 to 3 strong people that their yes means yes. So,
Hey, look.
yeah.
Only thing that I was gonna say was I can't imagine losing. I can't I can't touch on it because I absolutely don't know what it's like, and I dread finding out for myself. I just
Right.
I'm telling you right now, it's just I'm this has been so beautiful and I've been holding back emotions and I'm just like I'm not going there with you. I'm not going there cuz I'm
It's
like
okay. It's
you know what I
okay.
mean? Like I know
Again, you have to be transparent in order to be able to help other people. And as I
yeah.
always say,
Yeah.
it's okay not to be okay. However, um, we want to see you okay. We want to see
Yeah.
you better than okay. We want to see you
Right.
heal. Your life matters. Even when you feel like it doesn't, please reach out. Seek your
Right.
resources. If you have a family member, a friend that you can trust that will walk with you through these challenges, please, please do. And definitely in our community, um, men, keep talking, keep talking.
Yes.
um,
Yes,
I've
please.
watched it in the chat. Keep talking. Reach out to other men. Bring them on your platform. Keep
Right.
talking.
Speaking of men, I want to do I want to do one thing right now. How's the hubby? Real short.
He's doing fine. He's doing fine.
Good.
He
Good.
he's
Good.
working
Good.
today, but
Good.
he's doing fine. He actually was one
Right.
last night, and it's really, I tell you, the way things work out, because I haven't streamed in a while. Taking
Mm-hmm.
this new job has really had me in the field, because of how mental health it has skyrocketed. So I'm in the
Right.
field a lot. Um, so I don't get to stream as much as I used to. But the one thing he said to me last night, he said, when are you streaming again? And I said, soon. He said, let me tell you something. I've watched you for 2.5 years. Do this. Don't you dare stop what God has
Don't stop.
given you to do. And that just kind of like, okay, he's like, you've been
Mm-hmm.
doing this, and I want you to keep up with it. So I did tell him, I said, well, I'm on DJ Mad Live show today. He said, yeah, I saw it posted, but I want to talk to you and tell you that you
Nice.
need to keep pushing because you're helping save
Nice.
lives.
You do.
So,
You do.
um,
And your platform has done a lot for a lot of us. You know what I mean? So like he said, keep going. You know what I mean? Like we talked earlier on the phone. You know what I mean? But right now, can we show love for our sister Beauty? Just a bunch of hearts in the
thank
chat,
you.
please. Whatever hearts you
Thank
got, just
you.
keep flooding the chat for her. Salute to her. You know what I mean? For
Look at
all that she
look
has
at
done.
look at my AP. Chris is the associate producer
Oh
for
my
my
goodness.
show, and so I hear her. I saw her comment. Just pick a damn day and quit flopping around. You're making me dizzy.
There it go, right
I'm trying.
there.
I'm trying. I will be coming back on Tuesdays. We were doing
There you go.
Thursdays, but
Yeah.
due to my in the field work, Tuesdays is going to be better. So we'll be coming back, and we're going to be bringing you something very, very soon. Um, very soon. So just stay tuned. We got a lot of things to cover for this fall and winter season. So um, Even if you don't come in and chat, just lurk, just listen to us.
Lurk,
Just
lurkers. We
lurk.
love lurkers.
We love our
Even
lurkers.
if you don't want to look. Listen, I was gonna put you under pressure, and I was gonna open
But
up the phone lines today. but,
okay, I won't
but
change my mind again. No, I mean that is fine. It's not pressure for me because
right.
lives are important to me. I should
Hmm.
hope that if I ever leave this earth, that someone will understand that my life mattered and that
Right.
I care enough to see others succeed and grow. It's
Right.
enough for all of us out here. I wake up every morning when someone asks me, how am I doing? I said, breathing is a privilege. So I'm doing fine. These days, just to breathe is a privilege.
you you
So
see
when
this?
you
They
wake
on
up
your
and you
case. You see this,
breathe,
right?
you're doing fine.
They are on your case.
They are on my
Tell her
case.
she can't change her mind again.
Well, you saw what Lex,
Can't
whatever
change her mind.
Alexis, the executive producer, and Chris is the associate producer for the team. So they kind of run the whole thing. I just kind of like the days were kind of on my thing. So I won't change again. But
Right.
what did she say? When we
Right.
coming back? I didn't even know that. What date was it?
She said, "We'll be back." She said, "We'll be back right here,
9/12 at 8.
9/12/23
There it
at
is.
8 p.m.
There it is.
Now, do me a favor. Go ahead and do your shameless plug. Do whatever you got to do.
What
You know what I
shameless?
mean?
What? What?
Like let people know, let people know the name of your stream, what time you'll be
Oh,
streaming.
um,
All that good stuff. They call it a shameless
most
plug.
people know Stream is a safe place, um, but we have queued it up to Team Dopeness because Team
Okay.
Dopeness is all of us. We all are dope, mind, body, and spirit, and we just have to bring that out. Okay, so of course, we have fun. We have our decompression streams because that is very important after a heavy stream. So we kind of try to make sure everybody is not getting everything, you know, um, heavy all at once to kind of help you take the bites and digest them. But we talk
Right.
about real life situations. We don't hide from it because if you don't know, you're going to know on Team Dopeness
You're gonna
platform.
find out.
You're gonna find out. And as Lex put in the chat, I was waiting for her. I knew about it, but we're gonna have a suicide awareness rate train on Saturday, September 16th. Um,
Nice.
so um, there you are. This is how important mental health, emotional health, and spiritual health is to our team. And we want to make sure that what we put out there for everyone else to experience is viable, and it's going to be
Right.
meaningful to you and help save other people's lives because we can't do it alone. It takes a
Right.
team. Oh, Miss
Definitely
Riz,
takes a team.
what she say? What
What she
Miss
got? Let's
Oh,
see.
oh, they said that. I see Lex said that Miss Riz was the silent producer, and she is. I can actually say my team stays on me a lot about self care. Make sure you're doing that. Number one, make sure you're self caring. It doesn't matter how much time you need to take. Self care, self care, self care. Because like Miss Riz told me, and she shook me, and she said, "You cannot pour
Mm,
out of an empty cup." I see you at times, and I see that you constantly try to pour out, and you're about empty. So I need you to stop for a moment. So these are the type of people that you want in your circle, ones that are going to hold you
yes.
accountable. You're going to have to sometimes, take the hit from them, although it may not come so nice, but know that they care and they love you. And that is what's going to make you stay on top of your game. I can't do it by myself. So shout out to my
Yep.
team. I appreciate you. Shout out to you, DJ Man Live, for always being there reaching out. I'm gonna check on you. It's been times I'll be like,
I know.
and hey, you quiet,
I
what's
know.
going on? So,
Right.
again, I just want to say that I'm very proud of you, for
Look,
what
I gotta give you,
you're
your
doing.
team props, because even your team, okay, even your team, I'm a pick on her right now because I always do. Even Krish, okay, she checks on me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She holds me accountable. And she just recently told me, she was like, because it was something that she told me to do. She was like, you got to do more of this. You got to do more of this. And I started doing it. And she told me, she was like, I see you. You know what I mean? She's like, I see you. You know, you've been doing good. You know what I mean? She was like, I was like, I didn't even, I just started doing it. I didn't even think anybody noticed or whatever. I just took her advice. You know what I mean? So not only did you affect me to get to this place, you know what I mean, and start doing this thing, but you got your little team members over there poking at me too.
Oh, they will do it, and that is one thing I love
Yes, they
about
do.
them. They don't just sit in team dopeness like Miss Riz, as you see, she was throwing fire,
Mm-hmm.
spitting fire. Though that she's, I mean, like, it's amazing how I have been blessed with the women and the men that are in my circle when it comes to team dopeness, and how the love from them can extend outward. um, that is what team dopeness is all about. It's not
Perfect
keeping
name.
it inside, it's extending that love outside as well. So that's why I say, I
Perfect
see
name.
all
I
pretty
love
much
it.
all my team was in here today, and I thank them. Fran, Krish, Lex, Miss Riz, Miss Frosty. I see the best lady. I mean, all of them were in here. I am grateful, and I know that they'll be back here because you are an offset of Team Dopeness because of what you bring to Brothers Unguarded. So,
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I do. I do. Like, it's amazing the sisters that I have. You know what I mean? Like, through
yeah.
Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing because, like, watch this. And I want to say this real quick because I know, like, we could talk for a while, but we're gonna let people go. They say that men and women can't have a relationship without physical or some kind of intimacy like that. I know that's another topic. It's another topic, but listen, I have
Oh yeah, we
so
gonna have
many
that topic.
female friends. I mean, you gonna have to do that one day, or I'm gonna have to do
Oh
it one
yes,
day with the brothers.
yes.
I don't know,
I
but
think we
I'm
need
here
to
to let
bring the
people know it's
brothers and the
possible.
women onto the show, and we need to do that
It's
because that is
possible.
one topic that is kind
Yeah.
of at the forefront of a lot of relationships.
Hmm.
So yeah, definitely, definitely.
So, but listen, y'all, let's give it up for our sister one more time. Hearts in the chat, hand
Thank
claps in the
you.
chat.
I
Salute to the
love
beautiful
y'all.
soul. Beauty for
I
you. We
love
love
y'all.
you. Listen, long time overdue.
Yes,
This was rich, and I'm honored. I'm honored. Thank you.
I'm
Thank you
honored.
for taking the time. Thank you for
Thank
taking the
you.
time. I appreciate you. Listen,
Hey,
don't go
DJ
nowhere. I'm gonna drop you
T-Rail,
back,
hello.
right?
Huh?
I'm gonna drop you back. I said, don't go nowhere. I'm gonna drop you
Okay.
back.
All right.
Okay. And
All
then
right.
I'm gonna let these people go.
All right.
All right. Yo. That's crazy right there. I gotta find something right there for that. There you go. There you go. I gotta be myself for a second. Man, like, I don't have to speak anymore on that. I don't have to speak anymore. I appreciate everybody in here. Team Dopeness, you know what I mean? Echoholics, viewers, lurkers. Appreciate every single one of y'all. You know what I mean, for being here. Um, I'm not raiding out. I'm not. I'm not moving. Her dope soul. I see you. Welcome in. Appreciate you. We actually getting ready to get out of here. We did overtime. I made compensation for that too. I usually like make room for 15 minutes of overtime. and we're right there. So I'm not raiding out. This is what I want y'all to do. I want you to enjoy your day. I know that you're supposed to raid out, but we're coming through on Twitch, Twitter, which is now X, Facebook, kick.com. Um, I got some other ones. I can't. I'm like, man, I'm trying to. I should have went through over on TikTok, but I didn't get a chance to do it. But that's a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? But I'm not raiding out because it's so rich. You know what I mean? And when you pull up, you want to be here live. You know what I mean? Here, you want to be in here live. And I appreciate my sisters for coming in and supporting the podcast, and so being here to help build up brothers and passing on information, especially my sister Beauty4U. I appreciate that, and I love you for it. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to have to do this again with her because, like, she's got a lot of information, and y'all heard us talking. So I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my mods for being here. You know what I mean? Getting that work in. We're going to keep on building, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here, and I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have a beautiful day now. Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know what to say. I don't. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what to say.
Dope show. Amazing show. It was
Thank you.
long overdue. I'm so proud of you.
I'm taking my glasses off. I'm letting the water flow.
Yes.